Hello and welcome back to my channel Iraqi Dinar RV, navigating the process of cashing in Iraqi dinars in 2020. What you need to know. The Iraqi dinar, once a currency largely overlooked by global investors, has gained significant attention in recent years due to Iraq's improving economic conditions and growing interest in the country's future financial stability. For many holders of Iraqi dinars, the hope for a potential revaluation or increase in the currency's value has led to years of waiting. However, if you're one of those individuals, you might find yourself asking, when is the right time to cash in? And what do I need to know before making a move? In this article, we'll dive into everything you need to consider before exchanging your dinars in 2025, including exchange limits, legal requirements, the safest methods for cashing in, and tips for maximizing your return. Understanding these details can make the difference between a smooth transaction and a frustrating, costly experience. The Iraqi dinar and its recent developments. Iraq's economy has shown promising signs of improvement in recent years, partly due to political reforms, international cooperation, and substantial investments from foreign countries. The country's oil industry, which has long been the backbone of its economy, continues to thrive, and Iraq is focusing on rebuilding its infrastructure and creating a more diversified economic landscape. These improvements have caught the attention of global financial institutions, such as the World Bank, who are now more optimistic about the future of the Iraqi currency. This renewed confidence in the Iraqi economy is what many dinar holders are hoping will lead to a revaluation, RV, of the dinar. However, despite the potential, currency exchange is not as simple as walking into a bank and exchanging your currency. There are laws, limits, and procedures that must be followed to ensure you are exchanging your dinars legally and efficiently. Daily exchange limits. What you need to know. One of the most critical aspects to understand before attempting to exchange your Iraqi dinars is the daily limits imposed by banks and currency exchange centers. These limits can vary depending on your location, the institution you use, and the regulations in place for anti-money laundering, AML, and countering the financing of terrorism, CFT. Why do these limits exist? The primary reason for exchange limits is to prevent illegal activities, such as money laundering, fraud, and the financing of terrorism. Financial institutions around the world are required to follow strict regulations to ensure that transactions are transparent and that large sums of money do not enter or leave the financial system without proper oversight. Exchange limits by country. In the United States, for example, banks are required to report any foreign currency exchanges over $10,000. This is known as a Currency Transaction Report, CTR, which is filed with the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. This report tracks the source of the funds and ensures that the transaction complies with U.S. financial regulations. Similarly, in the United Kingdom, there are regulations in place under the Money Laundering Regulations Act, which mandates that large transactions be monitored and documented. Other European countries also have similar rules in place, with some requiring documentation on the source of funds for larger exchanges. In Canada and Australia, the regulations may vary by province or territory, so it is essential to check local financial rules before initiating any large transactions. How to navigate exchange limits. When planning to exchange your dinars, it is crucial to call ahead to the bank or exchange center to inquire about their daily limits, required paperwork, and any additional steps you need to take for larger transactions. Being well prepared can help you avoid unnecessary delays, and it will allow you to follow the rules and regulations without hassle. Exchange methods. Where to go and what to avoid. When it comes to exchanging Iraqi dinars, there are several options available. Each has its advantages and risks, and understanding these options can help you make the best decision for your situation. 1. Traditional banks. Banks are often considered the safest option for exchanging currency. However, not all banks will exchange Iraqi dinars, as many banks only deal with currencies that are commonly traded. Additionally, some banks may require proof of purchase or a history of transactions to verify that the dinars are legitimate. If your bank does handle the dinar, expect to pay a premium for the exchange rate, as it may not be as competitive as other options. Be sure to ask about fees, commissions, and exchange rates before proceeding. 2. Local currency exchange centers. Currency exchange centers are another option, and they may offer better exchange rates and faster service than traditional banks. However, it is essential to check the credibility of the exchange center. Some might not be licensed or could have a poor reputation, leading to potential scams. Before using a currency exchange center, always check for proper licensing and review customer feedback to ensure they are legitimate. In some cases, these centers may not offer the same level of consumer protection as banks, so be cautious. 3. Online currency exchange platforms. In recent years, online currency exchange platforms have gained popularity due to their convenience. However, using online platforms comes with a higher level of risk, as scams are prevalent in the online currency exchange market. If you decide to go this route, do extensive research on the platform. Look for reviews, check their regulatory status, and ensure they have a secure method of conducting transactions. Never wire funds before receiving confirmation of the exchange, as this is a common tactic used by scammers. Tracking exchange rates and timing. Your transaction. When it comes to exchanging currencies, timing is crucial. The value of the Iraqi dinar fluctuates regularly, influenced by global market conditions, Iraq's economic stability, oil prices, and geopolitical factors. A small change in the exchange rate can make a significant difference in the amount you receive when cashing in your dinars. Seasoned investors often monitor the exchange rate on a daily basis, using reliable websites and currency trackers to stay updated on the latest changes. By tracking these fluctuations, you can make informed decisions about the best time to exchange. Many platforms also offer rate alerts, allowing you to set a target exchange rate. If the dinar reaches that rate, you'll be notified, enabling you to act quickly and secure the best possible return on your investment. Scams and frauds to avoid. Unfortunately, the dinar market is rife with scams, particularly due to the hype surrounding its potential revaluation. Some fraudsters prey on people's hopes of a lucrative return by offering fake exchange services, asking for prepayments, or promising unrealistic rates. To protect yourself from scams, always research any exchange service thoroughly. Look for verified reviews, check their credentials, and never wire money up front. Additionally, avoid anyone offering to buy your dinars at rates that are far higher than the market value. The importance of record keeping. Once you start exchanging your dinars, it is crucial to maintain proper records. Keep copies of all receipts, wire transfers, and confirmation documents. Not only will this help you track your profits or losses, but it will also come in handy during tax season. In some countries, the gains made from currency exchange may be considered as taxable income, so it is important to have documentation of each exchange transaction. Keeping organized records will help you stay compliant with tax regulations and avoid potential issues down the line. The future of the Iraqi dinar. Looking ahead, Iraq's economic indicators are improving, and the country is taking steps toward building a more stable and diversified economy. International investment is on the rise, and many experts believe that Iraq's economic growth will continue in the coming years, potentially boosting the value of the dinar. However, patience is key. While there is optimism surrounding Iraq's economic future, a revaluation of the dinar is not guaranteed. Stay informed, monitor developments in the country, and make decisions based on sound research and advice. Conclusion: cashing in your Iraqi dinars can be a complex process, but with the right knowledge and preparation, you can navigate the challenges and make the most of your investment. By understanding exchange limits, avoiding scams, and timing your transactions wisely, you can maximize your return and ensure a smooth exchange process. As always, stay informed, research thoroughly, and consult with financial advisors to make the best decisions for your situation. The future of the Iraqi dinar may hold great potential, but success comes to those who are patient, informed, and strategic in their approach.